Barbados, get up.
Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning to you. Good morning Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you and good morning to everyone, everywhere. Welcome to today. Let me give my story first. Yesterday felt so Sunday-like. So Sunday-like. I was convinced that today was Monday, but stop for a moment. Today is actually Tuesday. It's Tuesday, the 26th of May, 2026. I'm Pearson Bowen, welcoming all of you everywhere. Thank you so much for waking up to keep us company. If you've joined us on our Facebook, YouTube, or our streams on cbc.bb, good morning. Share the show, share the love, tell others about us. Let them come to be a part of what we do every weekday morning indeed. But it's Tuesday, babies. It's Tuesday. Get up. Get going, little ones. You're back to school today. I know how it felt. Trust me. You're back to school today, but look forward to your vacation coming up very, very soon. So to all, morning indeed. If you have an idea or if you know of someone who has a story to tell because you know about it, we'd love to hear about it. And you can simply tell us about it by sending us an email. Send us that email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, morninbarbados@cbc.bb. We will follow up and we'll be happy to share that information with our audience. So we encourage you to continue partnering with us in what we do every single day. Thank you for partnering with us indeed. But how was your weekend? How did you spend your time? One, did you go to the gathering at Kensington Oval? Or did you go to the convention put on by the Methodist Church? Or did you go on a picnic? Be honest with yourself. I ask you every day to remember two things, really one major thing, which is to follow the two greatest commandments of them all, which is to love God as you love yourself and then love your neighbor also as you love yourself. And so I encourage you today, if you practice those two things, life will be so wonderful. We're talking about love today. And so I want to encourage you to love and care for self as you do so as well. So what's coming up today, you ask? Ambassador David Kamishong is back. So you know we're having another conversation on CARICOM, this time in the flesh. Last week we shared with you his argument towards reparation, or why reparations is so important, given the historical fact through the prism of the Methodist Church. And so this morning he'll talk to us a little bit more about what he's been up to. We get a report. And we'll also be taking a look at what's happening in Cuba, so look forward to that as well. The Caribbean's premier gospel arts and music festival is on. This morning we'll share with you what to expect today and for the rest of the week, and also why you should attend each and every one of those activities. Also today, there is a community where farmers come together. It's an online portal, as a matter of fact. They share knowledge and experience and all the rest indeed in between. You can learn. You don't have to be a farmer alone, but you can read the articles, you can engage with other farmers and so forth so that you can better your agricultural practices. We'll talk about that. Also, a community pop-up that looks at co-parenting, a legal counsel course. And so that happens tomorrow and runs until the weekend. We'll give you some more details as well. And in our segment, Stop Over for Crop Over, we'll tell you about the upcoming Blind Calypso contest. 9 contestants, 1 crown. The excitement builds, and so we'll share with you all of what to expect when they sit with us this morning. We'll take a break right here. When we come back, we get started on our conversations on CARICOM.
Morning good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, Artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted? Email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country?
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's time for this week's Conversations on CARICOM as we're joined by Barbados Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency David Comishong, and with him is Her Excellency Janet Stabler, who is the Ambassador of Cuba to Barbados. Both of you, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
Ambassador, you're back. You're just back from a meeting, as a matter of fact, in Suriname, I believe.
yes, the meeting of CARICOM's Council of Foreign Ministers and the Community Council, which is another meeting, ministers, the second highest body within CARICOM.
And what happened? What was it about?
Well, the delegation to Suriname was led by Minister Christopher Sinclair. And, you know, we covered many items, but one of the items that Barbados was very concerned about, and we specifically requested that the foreign ministers issue a statement on, was the matter of Cuba. And I'm happy to say that the matter did feature in the foreign ministers meeting. We have produced a draft statement, but it's actually the whole communique coming out of the meeting is still in draft. So we're still looking at the text. It hasn't been published publicly yet. So, but hopefully within a day or two, we should have that communique out, and that communique will contain the statement on Cuba. But we are very concerned about this situation on Cuba. So I know that I will probably give you a fuller report on the entire meeting, maybe next week. But we want to focus on Cuba and to have that discussion about Cuba. One of the things that came up at the meeting of the foreign ministers as well was the humanitarian relief supplies that CARICOM countries are sending to Cuba. And I'm happy to say that, in a sense, Barbados kind of is in the vanguard of that, because we sent in our contribution of $500,000 to the CARICOM Secretariat very early. And we were told at the meeting that the supply of food items that money is going to purchase in Mexico should have been delivered in Cuba from Mexico last week Friday.
Wonderful.
So I'm hoping that it did happen last week Friday. I'm waiting for some confirmation from the CARICOM Secretariat. But so all of those items, the plight of Cuba, the military threat against Cuba, the fact that all of our CARICOM countries, we have embassies in Cuba, we have ambassadors, we have foreign service officers, we have students. So when there's a threat against Cuba, there's also a threat against our people, So all of that came to a head at the meeting. We discussed it, and yes, so that's what we want to explore this morning.
Ambassador Stabler, when you sit and you hear all of this, it feels for a lot of us as if for our full lifetime, Cuba has been being rocked and hit hard by the actions of North America, United States as a matter of fact. And so paint for us the situation now and how dire or how worse it has become.
So thank you so much for the invitation. I would like to thank to the Ambassador Commission for this opportunity again. And good morning to all. So the situation in Cuba is very complex in this moment because of mainly for the oil embargo, the fuel embargo, since the last January until now. So nowadays we have only received one oil ship from Russia, and of course the situation is very, very, very complex. any country can live or survive without oil. But anyway, our government, along with the Cuban people, are trying to find alternatives to have. It's not a normal life, of course, but to try to develop our society. In this moment, we are developing the using and accelerating the using of the renewable energy systems, the different renewable energy system, the solar panels, the hydro system, the wind system as well. So, and we produce our own oil, but it's a heavy oil. It's not good for all, and it cover only a 30-35% of the oil that we consume in the country. So it's not enough. We import to Cuba almost the 70% of oil. So it's a very complex situation because it affects directly to different areas, to different basic service in the country. We are talking about the healthcare system, we are talking about education, we are talking about transportation. So people cannot the possibility to transport to their own works. So we have to, the government to have taken the decision to implement some alternatives to try to continue development because we are continue working hard. I think it is very important to say that Cuba is continue working hard. Cuba is not a collapsed country. The foreign student continue in Cuba studying, and the Minister of Education in this case are trying to find alternatives to continue the academic year. So it's not a collapsed country. We continue doing our efforts to develop our society, but definitely the oil embargo, the fuel embargo, is affecting a lot the daily life of our people. This is a kind of genocide policy. This is a part, and this reinforces the U.S. blockade, the economic, financial, and commercial blockade against our people that we have been suffering for more than 60 years. It reinforces this, and it provokes, it is harming the children. It is harming women. It is harming the elderly people in the country. It is harming the whole population in the country. This is not only against the government. This is something against people, and people is suffering the effects of this blockade and this inhuman policy against people in the world.
Pearson, if I may, I brought with me my basic documents in international law. Because one of the points I want to make is the illegality of what is being done to Cuba. So, I could go in, there are many documents in here. I could go into the United Nations Charter, but there's so many international law instruments that make it clear that this is wrong, it is illegal. So, for example, the Declaration on Principles of International Law Concerning Friendly Relations Among States, which is a declaration of the UN General Assembly. But so this is just one of hundreds. I just quote, "No state may use or encourage the use of economic, political, or any other type of measures to coerce another state in order to obtain from it the subordination of the exercise of its sovereign rights and to secure from it advantages of any kind. Also, no state shall organize, assist, foment, finance, incite, or tolerate subversive, terrorist, or armed activities directed towards the violent overthrow of the regime of another state. The use of force to deprive people of their national identity constitutes a violation of their inalienable rights and of the principle of non-intervention. Every state has an inalienable right to choose its political, economic, social, and cultural systems without interference in any form by another state, you know. And as I said, I can go on and quote literary scores of international law principles that says there's a sovereign equality of all countries, not because you are bigger that you are somehow more equal. There's the right to self-determination. There's a right to non-interference in your internal affairs. And these, you know, for 60, that blockade has been going on for 64 years now.
Yeah, 65.
For 33 years now, since 1992. Every year at the United Nations Security Council, the countries of the world vote for a resolution telling the United States that this blockade is wrong. It is contrary to international law, and it must be removed. But far from it being removed, as the ambassador has said, President Trump has intensified it and is really making life intolerable for the people of Cuba. And so this is so wrong. I want to congratulate Barbados and the other CARICOM states for recognizing that we have to come to the assistance of Cuba. I also want to congratulate the civil society forces, not only in Barbados, but right across the region. People who are coming together in their organizations to do collections for Cuba. And I want to say that we need to intensify this. In fact, I would say every country, every right-thinking country in the world needs to step up and help Cuba, because we cannot afford to allow what the U.S. is doing, this kind of unlawful pressure that they're putting on Cuba. That must not be allowed to succeed, because if that is allowed to succeed, it means that you're really striking a very serious blow against the whole idea of the sovereignty of small countries. You know, it would be a very, very dangerous thing. And so it is very important that Cuba prevails in this current struggle.
And so, if you thought that was all, that's not all. Recently, Raul Castro was indicted, and so we want to take a look at that and see what Cubans are doing in response to that and so much more right after this break.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline, a 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our conversations on CARICOM continues now with Barbados Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency David Comishong, and Cuba's Ambassador to Barbados, Her Excellency Yanit Stable. And so, as I took the break, I wanted to look at the recent action by the United States on Cuba by indicting former President Raul Castro. Talk to me about the reaction, the response, and what would have first led to it, and then how have Cubans been responding to Ambassador?
So, as you said, recently the Department of Justice of the United States indicted the Army General Raúl Castro Ruz, one of the leaders of the Cuban Revolution. It is absolutely a political provocation because it's illegitimate and it's a spurious accusation against a leader of the Cuban Revolution. And it is not any jurisdiction in the Cuban justice sphere. So it is a political provocation, and it's based on an act that happened 30 years ago, and an act that was a total violation of the airspace of a sovereignty country. It was an act of the terrorist organization based in the United States, based in Miami specifically, the so-called Brothers of the Rescue. And they violate the airspace 25 times. And in these 25 times, the Cuban government alert to the U.S. government, to the United States government, of what is happening. But any sovereignty country in the world, any independent country in the world can allow this kind or this magnitude, a violation of its airspace. So for us, it means only a political provocation. It's another argument, another pretext that the United States government has trying to develop in the false narrative against Cuba to justify a direct military aggression. And I want to highlight something. In the two executive orders, the United States qualified Cuba as a threat against the national security of the United States. How can you imagine Cuba representing a threat against the United States national security, when Cuba has been a victim of terrorist acts? And we, unfortunately, Barbados lived an expression of these terrorist acts against Cuba with the bombing of the Cubana airplane. So how can you call a small country a threat against the national security of a powerful country when we have been suffering a blockade? It's a hypocrisy narrative, because we have been suffering, we have been a victim of these terrorist acts and of the blockade against our people for more than 6 decades. So Cuba is a peaceful country, and we prefer the dialogue, of course. We have been practicing the dialogue when we have difference with any other countries. So we prefer to have this kind of conversation, to have a dialogue, to try to resolve our differences, but under the respect, under equal conditions, because we cannot allow that any country impose conditions that affect our sovereignty and affect our independence. So Cuba will continue doing these efforts, and Cuba condemned firmly the accusation against the Army General Raúl Castro. And of course, Cuba thank to the international community, especially here to the CARICOM countries, to denounce this criminal action, this maximum pressure and unilateral policy against the Cuban people.
But the Cuban people have taken to the street. The
Yes,
Cuban
of
people
course.
have come out en masse. I know we have some pictures
Yes.
and stuff we want to show. How Cubans are reacting, oftentimes we thought that they would have been docile and just so, okay, might is right, I'll hold my hands in the air and surrender. But Cubans have not surrendered. Cubans don't intend to surrender. If we can share as we go as well, how Cubans have been responding. How would you describe, in your words, describe how people are really reacting and responding to what's happening?
The Cuban people, in this case in Havana specifically, because of the situation that we have with the lack of oil in the country, and it affects, as I said, all the areas in the society, but the people in Havana, in representation of Cuban people, made a huge rally, a huge demonstration in the main, one of the main avenue in Havana, of course.
I'm here looking at some pictures of it as well.
Yes,
I am
expressing
Fidel.
the support to our leaders of the Cuban Revolution. In this case, of course, expressing the support to Fidel Castro and expressing the support to our Army General Raúl Castro Ruz. And we will continue standing against this policy, against this manipulation, against this political provocation against our leaders.
And as we're watching the response by the Cubans, I'm taking a look at the surroundings as well, because as you said, Ambassador, Cuba is not a poor country. If you look, you can see tall structures that suggest these are proud, independent people who are industrious and who live in a space that looks far different from ours. Very industrialized, very international.
Pearson,
Yes.
the last time I was in Cuba, I went to Cuba's biotechnology institution.
Yes.
The institution that during the COVID produced 3 COVID vaccines.
Five
COVID vaccines. They said to me, look, if we are able to continue on the development path that we are on, developing breakthroughs in medicines, by 2050, cancer will be a chronic disease, not a killer disease. Based on our medical breakthroughs thus far, if we can continue on this path without all of this American subversion of what we are doing, we are convinced that by 2050, we would have solved the riddle of cancer. It will still be a disease, but it will be something that you can manage, right? Right now, there's an Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Uganda, and I think Southern Sudan. Which medical professionals are going into those countries to fight that Ebola outbreak? The last time there was an Ebola outbreak, the only people who went were the Cuban medical professionals. So what the Americans are doing by attacking Cuba in this way, weakening Cuba, starving Cuba of energy, is going to have a deleterious effect not only for Cubans, but for the world that can benefit from what Cuba brings to helping people all over this world, and so this is, and in fact, another point I want to make, Pearson. Look, the United States really knows that this blockade is wrong. The United States started their blockade against Cuba in 1962, and 2 years later, in 1964, the Organization of American States, which is very much US dominated, they put in place a blockade as well against Cuba, following the US, almost the same measures. However, in 1975, there was a resolution in the OAS to remove the OAS blockade against Cuba. The United States of America voted for that resolution, and the resolution passed. And the United States representative said, we are voting for this resolution to remove the OAS blockade against Cuba because, number one, it is the will of the majority of countries, and number two, if we could remove this blockade, there are many more serious developmental issues that we have to deal with in our hemisphere. This thing is a distraction. And they went on to say, once we remove the blockade, the OAS blockade, then it will open the way for the United States to remove its sanctions against Cuba. And so they were actually on the path to removing their own blockade. But you know what happened? That was 1975. Cuba then sent soldiers into southern Africa to help with the liberation of the African people against apartheid South Africa, against those counter-revolutionary forces that were intent on subverting the independence of Angola. And it is because of that, contribution that Cuba made to the liberation of black people in Africa, that the US then reversed course and, re-emphasized this blockade against Cuba. And Cuba, up to today, is suffering from this, right? So for Cuba playing that kind of role to actually help in the liberation struggle of African people, it has been punished. But to the credit of the CARICOM countries and Barbados, solidarity with Cuba has been our policy since 1972, when Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Guyana recognized Cuba. And then that became like the foundation of CARICOM's policy. So what I am expressing here this morning is basically the fundamental policy of both Barbados and CARICOM. Solidarity with Cuba, our opposition to that blockade, that has been our policy since 1972. And now that the blockade, the sanctions have been intensified by the Trump administration, we need to step up. We need to step up with our solidarity.
That's a good point on which to end today's conversation on CARICOM. But folks, this is not simply about you saying, well, let them fight that one out. In the meantime, the grass is growing brown because Cubans need our help. Cubans continue to need our help. And so we want you not to lose sight of the fact that the individual Cuban is also being impacted by this. Fuel is scarce, but they are resilient. That resiliency is very, very strong indeed. They're moving towards alternative sources of fuel and energy. And so we continue to give our full support to Cubans wherever they are in everything that they do. So Ambassador Kamishong, Ambassador Stabler, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You're very welcome. That's our conversation on CARICOM. Morning Barbados continues in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damian Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV-CAM tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good, your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your playlist, your station, 98.1, The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning with
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Worship. Can we forget the good looking clothes and the nice shoes and the makeup and worship? Hallelujah. Come on, if you know it, sing with us. Come on, sing, my God is awesome.
My God is awesome.
He can move mountains.
He can move mountains.
Keep me in the valley.
Keep me in the valley.
Oh, he'll hide me from the rain.
From the rain.
My God is awesome.
My God is awesome.
He heals me when I'm broken.
When I'm broken.
Give strength. Come on, help us worship. Forever he will reign. Come on, sing that verse again. My God is awesome.
And what you just saw and witnessed is why it's called the Caribbean's premier gospel arts and music festival indeed. And so we're talking gospel fests here in Barbados this week. As a matter of fact, if you do recall, when we spoke last week together, we were all together, we spoke about the launching of this week's activities at the Gathering on Sunday. That's exactly where they were. And we got a taste of what to expect. And so yesterday we had... But Adrian Agard is back. Adrian, good morning to you, man.
Very pleasant morning. Good morning.
So we're into the week. How was the gathering, by the way, and the launch?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Really wonderful experience. Good to have so many people out. And it was a great morning. And the mass choir, I'm getting very good feedback from how they were received. Very excited and happy to have been able to minister to so many.
And then that's fantastic indeed. But I know last night you would have had also, Sunday night.
On Sunday night.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
Time is scored, but it's so quick.
Yes,
It feels
yes.
like Monday to me.
Raise a Song,
Yeah.
a new event for us. But we call it a legacy event because it connected us with a church that's been established back in the 1800s, the Christian Mission Church at the bottom of Lightfoot Lane and through the street. That was an amazing experience. Took it back to a lot of the old songs that people, you come into a worship evening at the mission hall, and people just raise a song, give a testimony, gospel shot.
That's right. That's right.
And people really engaged with that. Amazing. At the end of it, you had a visitor, one of our guests from St. Lucia, Shirley Ann Cyril Mears, and I wanted to introduce you to her. Did the song To God Be the Glory at the end of it. An amazing voice. You got to hear her this week during the festival. And this evening, of course, we head to St. Mary's for Hymn Speak.
Of course. Traditional Hymn Speak. And so that's a looked forward to event indeed.
Yes.
Tickets sold out?
Well, I would hope so by the time we get there.
Speaking of tickets then, so before we get deeper into the week of activities, how can one get tickets?
Yeah, tickets are available at ticketnation.bb, all of their box offices, but also at Things Gospel, Canary Lane Mall, Hink Street, and at upstairs Massey Stores and Warrens, CLC, El Bethel Pharmacy, Joe's Pharmacy. You can pick up your tickets there. And those are some of the physical box office, or you go online at ticketnation.bb.
A no-brainer.
And I want to encourage people to really get the tickets. There are still available tickets for Him Speak, and we're really looking forward to a wonderful evening.
Yeah, you really should get your tickets. This is so highly sought after an event. You really ought to be there. And so St. Mary's Church is going to be packed this evening. To God be the glory. The choir is sounding good.
Excellent.
Excellent is the word to use.
Yes. A gentleman called Ryan Boyce, who is a real maestro in terms of his skill, talent, ability. He's doing some fantastic work with the choir this year, and you'll want to hear the arrangements. You will want to experience that tonight. It's going to be amazing.
Ooh, I'm shivering already with that excitement. So different arrangements with testimonies and the like really be encouraged as well?
Yes.
Good. The usual way that we like to celebrate things.
You're going to have a lot of more scripture readings and testimonies this year. But you need to come to see the mix of what is available this year. I'm excited about what we have prepared. And I know that people who are there, just the rendering of these songs, these phenomenal songs of the faith, it stirs something in us that we need to reconnect with. And I love how the people engage. The beauty about Him Speak, most of the events that people stage here tend to be events that people go and sit down and watch, you know, and spectate. This is not a spectate event. This is an event you're going to be expected to participate from beginning to end. And that's the same thing that happened on that event on Sunday evening also.
Yes.
An event where the audience was involved from the beginning to the end. There will be some songs that require a render, special songs, a few of them, but the majority of the evening you are engaged in singing. We actually prepared the booklets, and you have this as a souvenir you can take with you. All of the verses, all of the songs are there, so you can actually follow and not just look at them, but sing them. And we don't ask you to be perfect in your singing. Make a joyful noise.
Indeed so. Unto the Lord. And there you go. So Hymn Speak is this evening. What time does it start?
Starts at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. St. Mary's Church. Get your ticket. Get your ticket. Get your ticket. Advance tickets are $45. Doors will open at 5:30. So you can find your perfect little spot to have your great view and get your voice.
And get there early. People are there very early.
Right. Pick their spot. So pick your spot too. And is there anything different you're doing this week, first of all?
Different. Well, different we did on Sunday. What is really different this week is what's happening with One Awesome Day. We have never had that event fully accessible, free to the public. It's free this year. We are focusing on our Salt and Light initiative where we encourage people to bring somebody out to the festival. So bring your neighbor. We encourage you not to go all over the place. We're just there by you, where you live, in your community. Pray for 2 people. Invite them, bring them to the festival, bring them to the events of the festival. And we're encouraging people to interact more with persons within their sphere of influence, their immediate community, your workplace, your school. Bring those people out. What happens with that is that these are people that you continue relationship beyond the festival. So it becomes not about Barbados Gospel Fest, but about you building out and strengthening your relationship with people within your community. And your community, where you live, where you work, where you go to school.
I want to encourage people who go to church as well to look within the church, because oftentimes we tend to think, oh, everybody here is all right. There are people in the church who are also looking forward to a little bit of support. So if you can bring 2 along, and I hope that inspires you to bring the 2 along as well to be a part of the big One Awesome Day at Farley Hill. You also have Legacy on the Bay. What's Legacy on the Bay? Legacy
on the Bay is an event. It used to be our Sunset Concert. Then we changed the name after the passing of Joseph Niles to Joseph Niles Legacy Concert. So it still carries that name. And it's really that event that we try to inspire young people and put on stage young persons. A lot of the artists you see in Barbados today actually passed through that event at some stage. That usually is the first time they have an opportunity, many of them. But what we are finding in recent years is that many of the first timers are excellent. In terms, I mean, they come prepared. A lot of these people are going to community college and doing their music. Some are already gone into university. And that's the reason why the festival's focus has shifted to really prepare and provide a platform for these people. Another difference this year is that with Ultimate Gospel, A Taste of the Caribbean, where we have the food from these 5 nations on the outside, on the inside, paying tribute to Ron Connolly and Richard Smallwood, 2 giants of the faith who passed last year. The mass choir will pay tribute with persons like Ferdinand Nichols and James Leacock, Kim Griffith and others, and other invited guests. But they'll be accompanied for the first time by an orchestra of young Barbadian musicians. You do not want to miss that. The leader of that band is 19 years old. 19? 19. Wow. When is this? At the Abundant Life Assembly. When? It is on Saturday evening at 6 o'clock.
Saturday evening. This is awesome, indeed. Really, really awesome. A Taste of the Caribbean. Look at your screen, everybody. Look at your screen. Look at your screen. The Ultimate Gospel, A Taste of the Caribbean, is this Saturday at Abundant Life Assembly at Bank Hall, beginning at 6. Again, we give you ample time to come in because the doors open at 4:30. You have to be there. The band, the orchestra, really led by a 19-year-old. And I'm happy about that the youth are leading the way in this significant way.
And we're acknowledging at 60 years, Barbados as an independent nation, God has gifted us. When the anthem said, "The Lord has been the people's guide," it is real. The Lord has been the people's guide for past 300 years. With Him still on the people's side, we have no doubts or fear. My concern, though, is that we have drifted. And people don't like necessarily to hear this, but it's the truth. We have drifted, and we need to get back to where we have to be. And this message from the festival this year is encouraging Barbadians to do that. And we're thankful for the support of especially with One Awesome Day, we seek to bring the whole family, the whole nation out with the support of courts and the Rock Hard Cares Foundation. We're really pleased to have people at Farley Hill on Sunday.
Laughter, you don't leave laughter out. So laughter and jazz, that is also a very signature event for Gospel Fest.
Yes, one of that's one of the events that we kind of birthed at the festival, and it's happening this year at the gardens at Savvy on the Bay, and we are excited about what the offering will be this year. Again, we're grounding that in a lot of great Barbadian talent, and we want people to come out 8 o'clock, some wonderful food and fantastic music.
And some funny laughter too. And who says Christians can't laugh? There's some decent comedians and comedians who are going to be performing for you after that one's Laughter and Jazz at Savvy on the Bay. That's on the 29th. Note the date. You have some workshops that are coming up as well.
Yeah, the Signal Globe Artist Development Workshop is something that we've done right throughout the fest, always trying to encourage our young people to develop the gifts that God has given them, and that workshop is at the Sky Mall at their conference room on Saturday morning. Starts at 9 o'clock. And we invite people to register for that workshop. There's no admission fee. Refreshments, lunch is provided, refreshments provided, and you just need to go in and grab hold of the tutoring, the information that will be shared. It has helped a lot of people over the years, and we want to encourage people to better themselves by applying, just registering for the workshop, attending the workshop, just be a part of what's happening.
Let me snapshot this. So tonight, folks, St. Mary's Anglican Church for the hymn speak. Legacy on the Bay is the day after at Savvy on the Bay. On the 29th, there's Laughter and Jazz at Savvy on the Bay. On the 30th is the same workshop the agent have just spoke about, and also later in the evening, the Taste of the Caribbean at Abundant Life. And then on the 31st, we're going on the Sunday up to Farley Hill for One Awesome Day, Courts One Awesome Day, and in the also part of that is the Chefette and Frosty's Gospel Fest Kids Experience. So all happening this week indeed as part of Barbados Gospel Fest. Adrian, again, I want to thank you. Get your tickets.
I just want to give a note to school principals. We connect with some kids every year. We normally would do this at the Abundant Life Assembly, but we're doing it on Thursday morning we normally would do it at New Dimensions Ministries. This year, we've had to make a shift over to the Abundant Life Assembly. So I just say that to the principals who are already committed to that. And it's really wonderful engagement, and we're looking forward to it.
We're looking forward to it.
And that's Thursday morning at 9.
Get your tickets fast. They're moving fast, and I want you to get them even faster before they're all gone. Thank you, Adrian, as always.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados, Brits here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying you can...
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Love keeping company with this woman, Sharon Rose Giddens, as you know, from the Barbados Association of Professional Social Workers. Getting it right eventually. They're taking us on the bus, and they encourage you to get on the bus as well, because there are a number of community pop-up legal clinics that you're hosting. Sharon, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Pearson. Good morning, viewers. It's always great to be here and always great to bring good news. Plus, in this week of Gospel Fest, it's a good week to plant us. We are having Get on the Bus co-parent legal clinic. And this Get on the Bus is literally you're getting on the bus, you're having a conversation with the magistrates. And as we said, this from tomorrow, we did St. Michael last month. This week, and it being the ending of Child Month, we are going on the bus, Emerald City Car Park. Look for the bus, electric bus with Justice Watts from 6 until 8 on Wednesday. And then added to that, on Saturday, we are having the mothers from 10 to 12, and then Sundays, the children is a special activity planned for the children.
Walk us through. Look at your screen again, everybody. Walk us through. You're on Wednesday, tomorrow, we're looking at co-parenting fathers.
Yes.
And we want you to come, and in the bus, we will hear from Justice Elwood Watts.
Yes,
Is this
we
a
will.
one-on-one or group session?
It's a group session. It's an interactive session, so you get to ask any questions, say anything, and it's not just for fathers who are saying they're having unhealthy relationships. And maybe those fathers, everything's going well, and you want to share and encourage other fathers in the midst. I also want to add, you may be an adult child who came out of a co-parenting relationship or absentee father and wanting to know tips in terms of fathering. So there's that environment prepared for you to be a part of.
In the bus provides with a semi-privacy of sort.
Yes,
you know,
it does.
you have to be on the bus to hear what you're saying, because the electric buses are calm and cool, and you get your Wi-Fi and all the rest of it. Everything. But you get the privacy to be able to just, us fathers, to be able to talk as a co-parent. A co-parent is?
A co-parent is a family relationship where you have children and you're sharing the responsibility of the child from two different households. Right? And as you do that, there have been issues where you find that the adults do not get along well with each other or maybe disrespectful. And we're saying because of the child in the midst, then the focus is really on the child. Some persons have done it well. Some persons continue to do an exceptional job. And we have met those men as well. When we were at Sky Mall, some men came over and said, yeah, it was great. It was, you know, they're doing a fantastic work in relation to fathering. So co-parent, some persons think, okay, single parent, you hear of nuclear family, extended family, but co-parent, Pearson and I, we share a child.
Isn't it lovely?
But no, it's not lovely, Pearson. But you decide the child spend time with you and also spend time with me. And that child, believe it or not, is learning some great skills, negotiation, you know. The daddy's way of doing things is different from mommy, but we still need to talk in terms of what we're doing for the child.
Indeed, because each house might have different values and different systems that you need to make sure that we all agree which is best, what is best for the child. So tomorrow, Wednesday, the fathers, whether you are a co-parent or you've been a co-parent for some time, you have that level of experience, come, get in the bus, and you can be there from 6 till 8 o'clock, 6 until 8 o'clock in the evening. So co-parenting fathers, this is for you, just the fathers, on Wednesday, tomorrow Wednesday, with Justice Elwood Watts. Then on Saturday, we're doing the same thing this time around, but for the co-parenting mother.
Yes. And then on Sunday, with the social workers, we're dealing with the children in activity and let them understand, and it's play and everything else for the child.
And all of this happens in the car park of Emerald City?
Emerald City Car Park for Wednesday, 6 to 8. But then on Saturday, we're on that road leading to Princess Margaret School. I want to let the fathers know that the space is yours. I am here representing a wonderful team of lyrics, wonderful team of social workers, the collaboration with the Peace Program. But the space is all yours. We basically set it up, allow you to talk to Justice Watts. He's very engaging, very no nonsense, and it's a conversation that we're saying you don't have to be in court. You know, can we have conversations before court? And you may never need to go court. So yes, it's legal clinic, but think of it as pre-community conversations.
So Wednesday, fathers; Saturday, mothers; Sunday, the children.
Yes.
And so it all happens now. Wednesday is in Emerald City Car Park.
Yes.
Saturday is in the road leading to the Princess Margaret
So we're
School.
all in St. Philip.
All in
St. Philip, 6 roads.
literally one
Yes,
area.
yes. And you get something to eat as well. So you're not just talking, but you select what you want to eat, and we'll be your host in terms of that. Yeah.
So in other words, if you're in frustration simply because you find that when you take care of the child at your home, daddy, and then the child leaves and goes back to mommy's home, their stories being traded.
Yes.
And you're uncomfortable with that. It creates a further rift between yourself and the child's mother. We're saying, come to this clinic. Come here. What are some of the ways that you can manage that process, manage that situation without having to go through the legal system? And that's what Elwood Watts, Justice Elwood Watts, will be able to share with you. Same thing, mothers as well, because you too have a difference with the father, and he's not paying the money, because that seems to be the conversation all the time, how much money we're getting. And so, I'm being honest. So on Saturday, you also get a chance to fight that cause in the bus. The doors will be closed. It will just be you and the justice, and so you get a chance to share your experience. Others will be in there with you as well. So don't be shy or shame. Just share, because in sharing you get to know a lot more. And then on Sunday, we're talking with the children, having activity with the children.
Yes, having activity with the children, play, art, expression of what's happening, how they're coping, because children have a sense of feeling guilty, feeling the pain that's going through. Yes, because they love both parents. Yeah, and the hope is that not only do mommy and daddy be able to talk about my needs, but also be able to relate as adults.
How many people can you accommodate in a session? Have you given thought?
As many persons that can get on the bus, and we will not be charged for having more persons in the bus. So as many, and the bus can seat about no overcrowding. We want to definitely keep you safe. The bus can hold up to 30 persons, between 24 to 30 persons seated. It does not go anywhere.
Right.
Okay?
Is it first come, first served?
Yes, and it is once you get there, and I encourage persons to come definitely for 6. The 2 hours is your 2 hours. It's so engaging that persons really and truly would not feel as if, okay, I have been here just, come in and leave. Like the other type of clinics, it's really a group session for the 2 hours.
And so the group dynamics will obtain.
Yes.
If I'm the 32nd person to arrive because I was a little late from work, how do you accommodate me?
Once there's space on the bus, once you understand, then you come in, and sometimes coming at that time, you may get to hear exactly what you need to hear.
So don't miss it.
Don't miss it. We're in St. Philip this month, and next month we should be in St. Peter.
Okay.
So we're trying to move the bus around in a particular location.
All right, good. So the particular location this week is St. Philip.
Yes.
The even more particular location is 6 Roads in St. Philip, because tomorrow, Wednesday, we're co-parenting fathers with Justice Elwood Watts. It's in the Emerald City Car Park. That's where the bus will stop. You're literally getting onto the bus. It's one of those air-conditioned buses as well, and so you will be confined, so to speak, but you will sit and have conversation and community from 6 to 8 o'clock. Then on Saturday, across the street from the Emerald City is the Princess Margaret School, and so you're in the road leading to the school, again from 10 a.m. in the morning till 12 noon for mothers. And on Sunday, we're staying in that same street, this time for co-parenting children with activities with the social workers. It's going to be very innovative, very different, because our human rights are also our legal rights. And so we want to know what our legal rights are so that we can protect our human rights. All of those kinds of things. See how it works one way or the other. But it works because you participate. It works for you because you engage. So come prepared to engage so that you benefit in a very significant way. If you see yourself as a co-parenting father or a co-parenting mother with a child or children, they'll have their opportunity as well. This is being hosted by the Barbados Association of Professional Social Workers, encouraging all of you to come to this community pop-up. Indeed. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. And if persons out there feel as if they've forgotten, then feel free to call us 240-8572.
240-8572. Sharon, thank you as always.
As always. We need to take care of that child, okay?
You better believe it. Morning Barbados takes a break right here. We're coming back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's take a look at the news now. With Air Peace having established a monthly service from Lagos to Barbados, efforts are underway to increase the number of flights. This was revealed during the airline's media launch at Hotel Indigo. Rachel Agard attended. She filed this report.
A team from Air Peace will remain on island for the week, meeting with airline and travel officials to work to increase airlift to Lagos. The international air carrier is set to expand its service from a monthly to a weekly flight. For that to happen, the passenger numbers have to increase so it becomes economically viable. That's according to Chief Commercial Officer of the airline, Noel Gala, who says for now they will focus on Barbados and Antigua and Barbuda before increasing capacity.
We want to build the traffic both directions. We have strong traffic on one side, directional, on the outbound flights, but we want to build now. The reason why we are here and we're organizing this forum to speak with the travel agencies and the tour operators, and also thanking the bank, Afrexim Land Bank, for hosting us. We want to drive and push traffic from the Caribbean now into Nigeria, into Lagos and beyond. This is the primary reason. So we want to start gradually to make sure that the economics of the flight makes sense. We must be profitable because we are a private airline, and our objective is to run the business in a sustainable way. So we want to start gradually with these two destinations and move from twice monthly flights to weekly flights, and even weekly flights with at least 3 frequencies. So this is the objective, to grow the business, to grow the route in this manner.
Minister of Tourism and International Transport Ian Goodin-Edgell says from a tourism perspective, this new route is transformational.
We want to see this service succeed in its first year. We want it to expand thereafter. And we want the relationship between Barbados and Air Peace to become a model for how small island states and major African carriers can build mutually beneficial partnerships that deliver results for both sides.
The Chief Operating Officer of Afrixam Bank, OK Ihijirika, says the bridge connecting Africa and the region will boost many spheres.
For generations, people of Africa and the Caribbean have remained spiritually and culturally connected. Yet, the physical connectivity has been a challenge. The absence of a direct and reliable transportation linking the two regions have constrained significantly trade and limited also our tourism flows, slowed business exchanges, and reduced opportunities for deeper people-to-people engagement.
At the end of the media launch, one lucky person walked away with a return trip to Lagos. Rachel Agard, CBC News.
Meanwhile, officials at Airpeace have dismissed rumors that flights originating out of Lagos were unsafe. Chief Commercial Officer Noel Gala addressed that issue against the backdrop of the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
I just need to reiterate that, first of all, the government of Nigeria, together with the National Civil Aviation Authority, have already put in place drastic measures at the level of all the airports, entry airports in Nigeria, to control and scan through passengers that are arriving from destinations that are affected by the Ebola virus. I just want to reiterate that Airpeace doesn't fly into any of these destinations. And so our passengers are mostly originating from Ghana and Lagos into the Caribbean.
Temporary relief over the weekend for some St. Joseph residents who have been enduring a prolonged period of water woes. Trevor Thorpe has details.
Residents of the Parks, Lower Parks and Melvins Hill areas in St. Joseph have been without water for several days, some say even months. Heather Cumberbatch, who is from Melvins Hill, tells CBC News the situation has never been this bad.
This is 4 going on to 5 months now. Never been like this. Never been like this. Not a single drop coming from the taps. Since the town hall meeting, one single day, the water came on, and it was like we jump up for joy, like the water on. Before we could say on, it off.
Dolores Thompson, who lived in St. Joseph all her life, echoes similar sentiments. She's also unhappy with the way in which the Barbados Water Authority tankers operate.
This is 3 months now, going on the 4th month now, that we are not getting no water from our taps. They have to depend on the truck. And the truck people sometimes come when they like. You have to call, and when you call, sometimes the day pass and they don't come.
Member of Parliament for St. Joseph, Ryan Brathwaite, hears the concerns of the constituents and has sought to bring some relief as the BWA works to implement a long-term solution. He arranged for water to be delivered from the BWA tankers and other providers.
We as a branch and as the MPOB decided to take matters into my own hands, so to speak, and to give the residents some relief supported by the Water Authority as well, as you can see the truck in the background. But I've also been able to get some donations of water, along with my personal donation, to ensure that the residents do have some water supply over this long weekend.
In addition to what was delivered by the BWA water tanker, 5,000 gallons of bottled water was distributed to residents of Parks Road, Lower Parks and Melvins Hill, St. Joseph. Trevor Thorpe, CBC News.
Prime Minister Mayor Amal Motley is leading tributes to businessman Larry Tatum. Mr. Tatum, who passed away Sunday morning, was best known in the business community as the man behind Hotel Food Supplies Limited, which has grown to become one of the country's most important food importers. Motley says he also gave distinguished service to Barbados as chairman of the Bridgetown Port from 1994 to 2008. She says during those 15 years, the port grew, modernized and earned recognition. And once again, Mr. Tatum served in the way he lived, quietly, seriously and effectively. To sports now, Weymouth Wales snatched a late victory to secure their 5th consecutive BFA Premier League title at the Wilde Turf. The 1-0 win over Kickstart Rush moved the defending champions to an unassailable 40 points at the top of the table. Damien Best reports.
The nightcap was a big one. Kickstart Rush in the shocking pink versus Weymouth Wales, the defending champions. just one victory away from securing the title. Early days, Kemar Headley to open the scoring, whiskers away from the target. Kickstart on their heels, being cut open surgically. Too much space on offer. Mario Herwood to make it 1-0. Brain freeze, poor first touch. The Kickstart engine room finally fired midway through the first half. Carl Hinkson to Jamarco Johnson. Cross, Romario Drates. Oh, can't finish. Off the crossbar and away. 0-0 then in the first half. Late in the second, and I mean very late, with no player able to find the back of the onion bag. Wales with a last roll of the dice in injury time. From the right side, Jante James across the face of goal. Blast off a Kickstart player. Corner coming. Can Wales pull off a late winner for the fourth time in a row? You betcha. Guess who? Armando Sugar Lashley, the hero for the Carrington Village Boys and the villain for Kickstart. Signed, sealed, delivered. Wales with the 1-0 win, confirmed as 2026 BFA Premier League champions, their fifth straight title. Congratulations. Damien Best, CBC Sports.
Well, the final two fixtures of the season are tonight at the Turf. That's a look at news and sports until now. More news and sports at noon here on TV8. Morning Barbados is back after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline, a 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats safely.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 13 after 7 o'clock. We were talking to Adrian Agar just a moment ago about the week of activities for Gospel Fest, and one of those activities is coming up this coming Sunday. It courts One Awesome Day at Farley Hill. If you choose to go, you can go by bus as well. And so let me just remind you that if you're taking the bus to courts One Awesome Day, you must purchase your round ticket. And your round ticket is valued at $20, and you can get your advance tickets to One Awesome Day bus ticket from Things Gospel in Bridgetown or Things Gospel in Warrens. You need to get them early. Things Gospel Bridgetown, Things Gospel Warrens are the locations to get your tickets to get on the bus. And those buses that you purchase your tickets for will leave from Granny's car park, the car park in Oistins, you know exactly where it is, just outside of Granny's, or from Independence Square in Bridgetown, or next to the bus terminal in Speightstown. So there are 3 pickup points, 3 return points as well. Oistins at Granny's, Independence Square in Bridgetown, or the Speightstown bus terminal for One Awesome Day, which is this coming Sunday at Farley Hill. Now let's turn our attention to perhaps one of the most noble but longest professions in the world ever, agriculture. And the things that we know, the things we still don't know, how we can learn from others, and there's a space for that. And so joining us to talk about that space for that is Troy Holler, who is the representative of the Caribbean Agriculture Knowledge Portal. Yep. Troy, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Did I get that right?
Yes, Caribbean Agriculture Knowledge Portal, the CAKP.org.
.org is the website to go to.
Yes.
CAPKP.org. So what we're talking for is you can actually go and browse, and we'll talk to you a little bit about it so you can understand what we're talking about. Why does the portal exist?
Pearson, agriculture is no longer just about farming. And the reality is around the world, food security is a major issue. And we need to ensure that we in the Caribbean are no longer just relying on just external sources to feed us. We need to be able to feed ourselves. And to do that, we need information. Because we in the Caribbean, we do things differently. And there's lots of knowledge that we need to be able to share. And therefore, the CAKP.org is a place, it's a hub, a digital hub, where you can actually get access to loads of information to help you to make decisions when it comes to agriculture. The technology, the farming, the collaboration, the food safety. Yeah, that is the place to be, the CAKP.
So are we engaging simply with articles, or are we engaging with other kinds of content that would help us understand? Not all of us loves to read.
Okay, so see this, think of it as a digital resource center. So you will have articles, you will have videos, you will have seminars, events. The information is going to come in different modalities, but it's designed specifically to ensure that those who are involved in agriculture, whether you are a major producer, a small farmer, a housewife at home, or a young people who are studying agriculture, those, if you have an interest in agriculture, as we all should, then this is a place where you will find all of the information coming together.
Agriculture has shifted over time.
Yes.
We started with the hoe and the sickle and all the rest of it, but the implements that we use now in agriculture has shifted. Because of the onset of many pests, there are other challenges that agriculturalists would face as well. So is that a portal onto which I can go to see what's the latest in pest control, or the implements used in agriculture as well?
Right. So think of this as the hub of hubs. So what the CAKP is going to be doing is going to be bringing information from other sources to one place. So that's in terms of pest management, pest control, and so forth, the chemicals you can use, and even the different ways that you can address those issues, that will happen. But beyond that, you can be able to find information on and opportunities to collaborate when it comes to the whole agriculture. This is ultimately, Pearson, about sharing agriculture knowledge in the Caribbean, by Caribbean people, for Caribbean people.
And as we're talking, I want you to look at your screen, everybody. Take a look. You'll see what we're talking about, some of the things. So if you join the community, then you click free account. So therefore, do I need to be able to log into this account, this portal?
Yes, therefore, you can actually go on the site and you can browse. But there is some information, premium content that you would obviously need to be registered for. That basically gives us an opportunity to be able to identify who you are and what information you're looking for, so we can better serve you. But it's free to join. There's no cost. It's quite easy. Just simply go to the website. You can join that community, and it will direct you in terms of what you have to do from there.
And you're looking at the varieties of products and produce in the Caribbean generally?
Yes, we're looking.
Is that up to who inputs?
So if you're looking right across the Caribbean, right across CARICOM, and we want to be able to ensure that you have information that is going to be there. So you're going to have collaboration. We have started to develop partnership with other agricultural institutions, and we'll be pulling that information to that one hub. This is indeed a dynamic process. So you want to get in early, get access to the information, see the opportunities, and then be able to grow with this. So whether you are a user or a collaborator or contributor, we want you to be part of this initiative.
Okay, I want to be very, very clear. The website portal is populated with information by the people behind the scenes who run the and operate the website.
Yes.
Little Pearson from St. Lucie, I may have had a success in my growing of onions.
Yes.
And I want to share that story. I use my account and I submit the information, and then it's populated onto the website.
Okay, so you obviously would connect with us. We will hear your information. We will hear your story, and we obviously, if it needs to be edited to be able to put it in a place that is better able to be shared, we will do that. But we definitely want you to share.
Right. So Little Pearson, farmer from St. Lucie, I also have a disease problem, not physically.
Not you know.
That's right. My fruit, my produce my papaws have suddenly gone a little crazy. I can also log into that portal and seek advice, because I'm rubbing shoulders literally with others who may have had a similar problem or who know the solution to that problem.
And you are correct, and that's why we want persons to be able to join the community, because then within the forum you could share your information, you could ask questions, you could then be able to get the guidance you require so that you can have that issue resolved, so that you can grow good crops and feed yourself, your family, and even sell some of them.
Right. So who is invited to be a part of this portal? I know you're invited the farmer. Who else should really see this as an important resource base?
So they're the farmers, there are students, there are the stakeholders, there are the policymakers, there are persons who are involved in research, academics. So this is indeed anyone who have an interest in agriculture, anyone who use agriculture, whether it's as a hobby, as a business, an area of study, area of research, definitely should be a part of this community.
The portal is cakp.org.
Yes.
cakp.org. Create your own rhythm and remember it in that way. But you go check it out now. Go check it out right now. It's live as we speak.
Yes.
And so as while you're there browsing, you get a sense of what we're talking about as well. Because we live in a competitive world and we don't live, man does not exist by man alone.
Right.
There are people abroad who are doing different things with different crops and the like. Is it also accessible by them who would want to say, here, I'm in North America, I'm in Mexico, and this is how we're doing coffee, for instance?
Well, the thing is, it's a digital space. It is a website, and therefore, anyone who can log into the website, it can log on online, can have access to the information. And that is okay. We don't have a challenge with persons outside the Caribbean knowing how we do things. The key is to ensure that the Caribbean persons know how we like to do business in the Caribbean, how we do our agriculture, rather than just having someone from another part of the world telling us how to do this and how to do that. The reality is, I grew up on a farm. Let's keep this very. I grew up on a farm, and there's knowledge, local knowledge that was shared among the farmers that was never documented. And for me, I've said on more than one occasion, the biggest mistake and one of the greatest regrets I have growing up is I never recorded my dad's information and knowledge about black belly sheep. He was phenomenal. Lots of education, and a lot of that education and knowledge is being lost. We're looking to ensure that it does not continue, that there's a stop to that the knowledge is curated in a place where future generations can have access to it.
We become very fancy in terms of fertilization. I'm glad y'all gone right there, because I was talking about cow dung with my godsons. Cow dung. And they couldn't understand how one could let it dry and then it becomes fertilized and all the rest of it. So there are other ways of fertilization that are out there in existence. How do we, and with all of that, and I think your answer is going to be yes anyway, would all of that be a part of the portal as well? The different, more natural, organic ways of dealing with how you do what you do.
This is why we want persons to become part of the community, because we are still in the pilot phase, and the knowledge that is going to be there is going to be based on the knowledge that people provide. So in terms of like the organic manure that you're referring to, and let it dries so that the urine is out of it, so it doesn't burn the plants.
You got it. I grew up that way, so I understand.
Yeah, actually, I made a lot of money as a teenage boy selling manure, and so the key is that we want persons to come onto the portal, share the information, share their knowledge, so that those who may not be aware of such. There's still some youngsters in the region who don't know the difference between a sheep and a goat, right? Because they have not been exposed to them, right? So we want to be able to give them the opportunity to be able to learn and to be able to collaborate and to be able to grow.
Is there space for animal husbandry?
Agriculture.
You call that agriculture?
Yes.
All right,
That's agriculture.
Hold the thought. We'll take a break here. We're coming back to look at that and the whole vast, what is agriculture within the concept of cakp.org and whether it fits you. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world. Your
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So if you're a farmer and you're looking for some new ideas and new approaches, CAKP.org is a portal to which you can turn. If you're a farmer and you realize you're thriving in so many different areas as well, CAKP.org is a place where you can posit all of your information and share your knowledge and your experience so others can benefit from it. And so helping us understand not just what the portal is about, but the whole breadth of people who can be a part of the portal is Troy Holder. And so Troy, let's talk about this. We were talking about agriculture in its breadth. Yes. And I asked you about animal husbandry, and you said yes, agriculture, duh. Let's talk a little bit about the space for people who are into cattle rearing, who are into sheep raising, and pigs and the like.
Right. Good. So the thing is that when we hear agriculture, there's the farming. So there's persons who turns for crops, then there are persons who would obviously deal with animals. But beyond that, I mean, you're talking about animal husbandry, but I want persons to recognize that with agriculture, there's a whole lot more. There's the technology side of it. There's whether it's dealing with climate control, whether it's dealing with the water scarcity. There's so much involved in agriculture. And we have even started to talk about the value chain. I mean, the perfume industry is built on agriculture. So it's not just about the basket and hoe anymore. I mean, turning deserts into arable land, the kind of technology we have available. So whether you are interested in the actual farming, whether you're interested in the technology, whether you're interested in the climate and impact on agriculture, whether you're interested in how it affects our livelihood, whether you're interested in how it affects our health and our culture, because we are what we eat. Okay? These are all areas of agriculture that we want to ensure that is information on the hub that persons can have access to. For students who are doing CXC or who are doing their for tertiary education, especially the housewife or the persons who are at home who want to turn that small space into a green growing space, growing food. We want to ensure you have the information to help you to be able to do that successfully.
And the portal is CAKP.org.
You got it.
I'll keep saying it so you get it too. And so we also grew up with all the vines grow beautifully next to the drain.
Yes.
You know, you plant near to the drain, you're going to get the best nutrients, it seems, that flow from that drain. But now we've concreted a lot of stuff, and most things don't seem to get to the root of the things that we wish to plant. And if you're seeking knowledge on how to respond to that, the portal helps
you
us
get
there.
the portal, yes.
Indeed.
So for some persons, if you already concrete the place, then hey, you may just need to do some potting. So you can get your pots and you can still grow your herbs and so forth. See? I mean, Pearson, I will tell you this. During COVID, I planted about 10 papaya trees. And I can tell you that in the period of COVID, I had given away over 500 pounds of papaya.
You see, y'all get so fancy with the terms. Papa. Papa is what we're talking about. And so, and it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So getting into agriculture is not a dirty job. It can earn you some significant sums.
Yes.
As well, but you need to take it seriously. And taking it seriously, sometimes you have to understand the environment that we live in, which is Caribbean in nature, which comes in this all pounds of heat. And sometimes it goes through some very dry periods, but then at times we have periods that are inundated with water. So we need to be able to understand the timing of planting, the timing of how we raise our animals as well, and all of those kinds of things. And this portal will bring us back to part of that reality.
Yes, so it's providing you with that information. And it would only going to grow from here. Because like any other resource, as more persons contribute to it, as more persons engage with it, then obviously they will see the value. So I want to encourage persons not only to go and to visit and to register, but to share it with your friends, you know.
You're right. And I'm glad you used the word resource, because as I was listening to all morning long so far, I kept thinking it's such a wonderful resource center for information and education and experience, because again, people of experience will be a part of the portal. People who are new will be a part of the portal, and there's that cross-fertilization. Just a story the other day of the young man from St. Lucie again, with his first crop of onions, and it's a bumper crop.
Nice.
And he's trying to figure out, what did I do? I just did what I thought I had to do, but what did I do? And perhaps now we can learn from him about what he did and see how we can all have bumper crops as well. How do we treat to the soil to make sure that what comes out of the soil is rich and
nutrients,
correct, and bountiful? How do we treat to the space where we keep our chickens so that they don't die from heat and all the rest of it? All of that is going to be posited within the portal.
As we continue to grow, as people continue to share, and it's going to grow.
Yeah,
Pearson, it's gonna be awesome for those coming in the future.
I believe so. So it's not a site where you complain. It's a site where you can share your success stories.
Yes.
It's also a site where you can come get to seek knowledge. We know how people are.
Yeah.
Oh, you give me a space? Watch me now. And so we want to say no. You can share your success stories. You can ask your questions. You can learn from other people who've walked the path as you've walking now. But you learn it within a Caribbean context.
Yes.
Within a Caribbean context. And that's what we're sharing here with cakp.org. And as you browse the tabs, as we're browsing from inside at the moment, you can see the different areas that you're talking about. The account that you will create is absolutely free. There are blogs and reports. There are partners who are working with you. There are people. There you see all the articles you read about what's really going on, because you might find that the thing you're looking for is right there within those articles.
Yes.
And that's the whole point. If you see those categories, how it's broken down for agriculture, horticulture, learning, livestock, and all of those kinds of things, it's populated in that kind of way. Take your time, you browse it, you see, you glean the information that you're looking for. You get a sense of one of the articles looks at cassava varieties for various uses. All of those kinds of things. So a greater understanding of agriculture, horticulture, livestock farming, all of that captured in one space, that portal, cakp.org, for all of you and all of us, so we understand what we eat, we understand what we grow, and we have a greater appreciation when it comes to when we use those big words, food security. What it's all about. We use it, and a lot of people don't understand what it means. You think fencing in your garden, that's not simply what it is.
Just making sure that we can actually feed ourselves.
Simple, Simon.
It's very simple.
And there we go. That's all about. cakp.org. cakp.org. Want me to say it one more time?
One more time.
cakp.org, the portal to which you can go. Register right now. It's absolutely free. We're asking you for nothing but your knowledge, your experience. And as you experience growth and bountifulness, then you share that experience as well and help others to be as successful as you are as well. That's what community is all about.
And Pearson, I also need to let them know that you can actually find us on the major social media platforms. You'll find us on X, Facebook, Twitter, on LinkedIn, CAKP, and you'll be able to find us.
You know, X and Twitter are the same thing, right?
Yes. Still have to remind some persons that they're the same.
I still do TWITTER.
Yes.
So there you go. On all the social media platforms, you can find them as well. Caribbean Portal. So say it for me. Caribbean Agriculture
Knowledge Portal. Okay.
CAKP.
And anyone who may want to reach out to me easily at info@cakp.org.
Simple. info@cakp.org. Troy Holder, thank you as always.
Thank you, Person.
You're welcome. All the best with this. Huh?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Morning Barbados breaks here. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. non-stop hits, and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks, your memories will be ready to relive and share again.
Are you ready to turn it all the way up? We make you feel good. Your #1 party station. Non-stop hits and the latest trends in music, fashion, and everything lit. Hit us up on socials at 981 Barbados on IG and 98.1 The One on Facebook. This is your world, your playlist, your station. 98.1 The One.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb, and together we will travel the world.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action, the goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the Touchline, live on TV8.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It's more than a show. It's history in the making. The legendary Calypso competition for the blind is back. And who will dethrone the six-time reigning king, Granville Carter? It's happening on Saturday, June 6th at 7 p.m. at the Derek Smith School. Guest appearances by Sammy Delos, Ruel, and four-time ex-Tempo King, Lingo. Get your tickets at $40, available at CS Pharmacy and the NUSB headquarters. 9 competitors, 1 crown. Don't miss it. This event is brought to you compliments the Social Empowerment Agency in association with the National United Society of the Blind under the patronage of the Honorable Adrian Ford.
And Saturday, June the 6th is next weekend here. Next weekend. I know it sounds far away and you thought to yourself, you have a lot of time. No, you don't. It's next weekend is what we're talking about now. This big epic show. It is for the blind. It's by the blind. It's for all of us, as a matter of fact. Vision Beyond Sight it's called. And so joining me as we take a look at this, and it's not a spectacle, it's not a gimmick, it is for real. These people are talented and they're competing. With me is the president of the NUSB in himself, Mr. Blind But Not Broken, Robert Ashton. Good morning to Albert. Robert.
Good morning.
Good to have you.
Barbados.
With him is the coordinator representative in the Ministry of People Empowerment and Elder Affairs, Kamal Clark, my buddy.
Yes.
Good to see you.
Good morning, Barbados.
Elvis Malone is another familiar face to all of you everywhere. He is also one of the competitors to size 2. Morning, sir. You well, Elviston?
Yes, I'm good.
Good, buddy. Anne-Marie Lee Goddard is Lady Lee. What a beautiful name. Anne-Marie, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us, too. I'm Granville Carter, Mr. DJ, who is a big competitor, my brother. Good morning to you, too.
Morning, Pearson. Morning, Barbados.
All right, come out. We have a big competition on.
Yes, we do. And I am so excited because, you know, I was introduced to meeting Mr. Ashton and starting the proceedings going forward of how we were going to embark on this show. And the talent is amazing. I am telling Barbados, get your tickets. This is going to be a ding-dong battle. It is going to be serious content in these songs. And you know, Calypso is our culture. And the expression of Calypso and the lyrics within Calypso is very, I'm telling you, these gentlemen and ladies, have done a fantastic job in putting together their music and their songs and their whole arrangement. I've seen them rehearse. I've heard the voices. I see the passion. And Barbados, this is something that you need to experience and not just watch it after, but be there You know, let them feel your presence. And I'm guaranteeing you that it will be a show. June 6th, as you said.
Next weekend.
You know, Derek Smith is the location, Derek Smith Vocational Center. And of course, you know, it's the perfect place for this event.
Yeah.
And we want everyone seated by 7 p.m. You know, be in your seats, be ready, and the battle will start. The battle royale.
May the best one win. And so, Robert, as the president of the organization now, this must mean so much to you to be able to have a contest, a calypso competition, as a matter of fact, by people who are blind. Talk to me about this. How important this is for you?
Okay, the National United Society of the Blind has continuously break barriers. We have individuals out there who have showcased their different talents, and this is just another way to showcase that we have persons who can contribute to society. And first but foremost, we want to also thank the Minister, the Honorable Adrian Ford, for coming to our aid. We were having some financial challenges, and truly Ministry and the Social Empowerment Agency came on board and helped us to lift off to produce one of the best shows you will ever see when it comes to Kaiso. If you is a lover of Kaiso, we have a mixture. We don't only have social commentary, we got a little touch of soca. So we just ask the person, you know, come out. You will not be disappointed, believe me.
At all. Are you doing commentary or social or soca?
I just sing and lip sync. I personally wrote a couple of the songs, so I'm not a singer, but I do most writing.
You're more of a writer.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. And so you're looking forward to this event next Saturday?
Definitely.
All right, good. Elviston.
Yes, sir.
My brother, you've been around this for so long. I mean, you've been singing and performing. We know you so well now. And once again, you're in competition. You are a 2-time champion at this. You come with pedigree and you come with experience. So talk to me about your preparation for this event next Saturday.
Actually, Pearson, it's been very intense because you have to kind of pick apart the song. You sit down, you write it, which I did on you know, I wrote all the songs I've participated in the competition over the years, and this year is no exception. So after writing it, then you have to sit down and pick it apart and decide what is it you really want to put in, as we would call props and all the rest of it. So that has not been easy, but I think I'm at where I'm at in terms of what I want to do, and I think I know what I want in the presentation. So I think I'm covered, but it is intense. It's very intense.
You're doing social commentary?
Yes, I am.
You don't want to try soca?
I promise. Listen. Yes. I taking up the king this year. You know, I taking up the king this year.
All right.
So next year, God's Spirit, I'm coming, and you will get some soca.
Good. So we have to wait till 2027 to hear soca from Elviston.
Unfortunately, yes.
To hear soca from size 2. Where you get that name from, though, Elviston?
That's a long story, Pearson. But a friend of mine came to visit her, and she said, "I hear, you know, Spunny talking about size 2. I mean, about you all the time. And I thinking that I'm going to meet a big man. And now I get here, you see a size 2. And I took it from the other as my stage name.
You're tiny, size 2. Let me hear a little size 2. Fair enough. Lady Lee, you ready for this week? This competition next weekend?
Definitely.
Really? You sound to me now, I hear your voice like a social commentary girl.
Kinda. Yes.
So are you doing soca then?
My song is kind of upbeat. I heard Mr. Saisu say he's going to dethrone Mr. DJ.
Yes.
I am going to dethrone them both.
Aye. All right. Big words.
I told you, ding dong.
Big words, boy. So what do you think you're coming with to dethrone both of them?
This is my second time. Last time in 2019, my first time, there were some hiccups, and I was able to still place 4th. So I said to myself, if a hiccups and you place 4th, but all the rehearsal you put in there, you should place 1st.
Yes.
So I'm confident that I can get up there or very close to up there.
And you can get up there.
Yes,
Not just
please.
close up there. You will get up there, right?
Thank you. I believe it.
Well, look who said it. A boy from St. Lucie, a boy from CP.
CP all the way.
There you go, sister. Mr. DJ, everybody has eyes on you because you're the reigning Calypso monarch, sir. And you actually went to pick of the crop. So talk to me a little bit about your time in Calypso and what it means, first of all, to have made it to the final last year.
Well, actually, getting to the final suggests that I've been doing something that I should do. And basically, that is to fulfill all of the areas that the judges are looking for. And I continue to do that. I attend workshops, get a lot of tips on the things that you're supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do. Also made a trip down to Trinidad. I was able to listen to some of the veterans, and basically I've learned a lot, and I'm putting everything that I have learned into practice. So everybody, as you said, the eyes are on me because I'm the 6-time winner of the Calypso competition, and everybody's opportunity, they want to dethrone me, but I want them to know that even though that I am not indispensable, that I will not roll over and die. I want them to know that I will fight to the end.
Yes.
So I want Barbados to come out and witness this thing. The best man wins.
That's right. What are you singing? What are you singing on Saturday the 6th of June?
Oh, I'm singing a song called "How Independent Are We?"
That's an interesting question. And so you're tackling. Who wrote it? Did you write it?
I'm a big contributor of it. But then it was all put together by Brian London out of Trinidad and Tobago.
He went far, Ashton. He went far to get some support here.
Well, this type of talent we have no choice.
How independent are we? That's a big question. Are you also entering this year's Pick of the Crop?
Yes, I am.
That's with the same song?
No, apparently I don't know if you know, but recently the NCF has
the rule.
Changed their rules and their policies and stuff like that. So they are suggesting that if you enter one song into a competition, that it cannot be entered into the Pick of the Crop. So this has posed a big challenge for me, but nevertheless, I'll overcome that challenge, and I'll have a new song for the Pick of the Crop.
All right, because after all, the other one will win, right? Fair enough. We'll take a break right here. When we come back, we're talking to even more of the competitors in this upcoming big competition. 9 competitors, 1 crown. You have to be in the ring to witness, and we'll talk to you more about that in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
This is where Barbadian football lives. Every Monday from 8:03 p.m., step onto the touchline. A 30-minute show featuring the BFA Premier League. Join Anmar Goodrich Boyce and Damien Best as they review the action. The goals, the grit, the glory, and the stories shaping the league. From kickoff to the final whistle, this is your front row seat to Monday Night Football. Touchline, bringing you closer to the BFA Premier League. See you on the touchline, live on TV8.
Touchline, sponsored by Dasani. Live first, Dasani after. And Powerade. Pause is power.
Preserve your personal priceless memories. Here at CBC, we transfer VHS, DVDs, Beta, U-matic, and DV cam tapes to modern digital formats. Safely, quickly, and affordably. Call CBC on 467-5437 to get started. In just 2 weeks.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
6 minutes now to go to the hour of 8 o'clock here on Morning Barbados. They've stopped over for Crop Over, our new segment we're doing for the Crop Over season, because coming up on the 6th of June is a big competition. I mean, huge in the pick of the crop, as a matter of fact. Right, Kamal, you agree with me on this?
Yes, definitely. And we must thank the Social Empowerment Agency, who has stepped in under the Minister Adrian Ford, Honorable MP, and said, listen, let's make sure that we add the oomph to this show. And they have put together and taken care of this show by, supporting it financially. And this year we have some serious prize money that is going to be up for grabs, and showing the seriousness of this show in itself. And I would let you ask some of the competitors, their thoughts on this new prize money being offered.
Lady Lee, what are your thoughts?
Well, I was thinking that when I win my 10,000,
yes,
I will take my daughter on a trip to Panama.
That's sweet.
Yeah, we can do some shopping.
So it's trip and shopping?
Yes, please.
That's how you spend your 10,000?
Oh, well, not all, but yeah, some of it.
For sure. So that means that you're confident you're going to win this?
Yeah, my incentive is just shopping part.
What's the name of your song, by the way?
Crime and More Crime.
Crime and More Crime?
Yes, my song was written by Mr. Ashton.
Now I'm curious as to how you said it has a bit of a rhythm to it. Want to give me a little piece? First 3 lines or so?
Crime and more crime, crime and more crime. Stop it, I beg wanna stop it. Crime and more crime, crime and more crime. Stop it. We need to stop it.
All right, we need to stop. That's a strong message.
Yes.
And it has a beat to it too.
Yes, please.
So the $10,000 for the trip to Panama.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Elviston, what about you? Have you given thought to what you will do with your 10,000 after you defeat Mr. DJ?
Oh no, there's so many things, Pierce, that I can do. Yes, but I have some plans in terms of some renovations I started, and that would help to complete that job.
Good.
And that's one aspect of it. And then, I'll plan something for myself and the wife. Not sure exactly what it is yet.
And the sister-in-law.
And the sister-in-law.
She's making plans for you. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, Ashton, here we are. I know you have a ticket to give away. Folks, get ready. Do you have a question?
Indeed, we would ask if persons would identify just one of the box offices. Ooh. It has been advertised previously.
Okay.
So we've been following, just...
Y'all want me to call the box offices? I should call. So if you know the name of one of the box offices, call now, 228-5562. 228-5563. The numbers are on the bottom of your screen. Call now. Give that box office name. The producer will take the information and we'll share it with you. But we just have a couple minutes left, Kamal. So here we are. It's coming up next week, Saturday.
Yes.
Derek Smith Vocational Center.
Yes.
A purpose-built facility just for this. Right. And so we want everyone to come and see this, the best of 9 blind competitors, 1 crown.
Vying for over $28,000 in total, because we have $10,000 first place, $7,500 second place, $5,000 third place, and the also-rans will also benefit as well. So I'm definitely, Barbados, this is one that you need to be at, not just hear about it, but be there. $40 makes you a winner. Get those tickets from the box offices. They're almost.
Don't call them.
We want to say thanks so much to the director and the Social Empowerment Agency, Ms. Colleen Walker, for jumping on board with this. Honorable Minister Adrian Ford, and of course all those that have assisted in making this a part.
I think we have a caller.
Great.
Can we take the caller? Hi, good morning.
Good morning, Pearson. And how
Can you put it on the floor so we can get it right? Yes, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right. You're looking forward to being there next week, Saturday?
Yes, please.
Where is this competition?
Garrett Smith Vocational Center.
Where is that?
I can check. Jackman's, I think.
Jackman's in St. Michael. That's absolutely. What time does it start?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock it starts indeed. Give me one box office.
CS Pharmacy.
She said CS Pharmacy.
Yes, she's correct. She is correct.
I was going to tell she was wrong.
You can still tell her then correct. And then tell her she was right.
You're absolutely right, ma'am. Thank you so much. Stay on the line. Don't put down. Don't put down. And get your ticket. She says she's looking forward to being there indeed at the Garrett Smith Vocational Center.
Yes. We also want to say thanks as well. Sorry.
No, I was going to tell her also to bring a friend and her families also, you know.
Yes, indeed. Of course.
Yes. I was going to say that there's also some additional entertainment that we have. We have guest appearances by Sammy Dello, Saruel, and we have a special surprise. Trinidadian on island at the time will be Mr. Lingo Extempo King.
Yes.
And he is visually impaired as well.
Oh.
And he is going to grace our stage and give Barbados some of his extemporaneous talent.
Wow, it's going to be big. See how big it is? It is huge. As a matter of fact, it's next week, Saturday, Garrett Smith Center. We want you all to be there. Get your tickets from the box offices, and as soon as you get your ticket, bring another one for somebody else as well and come by.
Also, we want to touch on the MCs. They are indeed also going to be doing something
Some
special,
performances?
of course.
All right,
Yes,
good.
hilarious.
I got to go.
Eric Lewis and, of course, Ronnie Clark.
It did.
you know.
So it's going to be a big show. But thanks to each of you. Thanks, well, Lady Ann, you too. And Mr. DJ, you have competition, buddy. You have competition because Elviston is not wasting time. He's practicing and getting ready for you. So look out for it indeed. Ralston, is always good. Thank you so much for joining us as well. And Kamal, my brother, we'll see you again soon. All right, folks, that's it for today. And I want to wish all of you, along with my crew, a terrific today. Be the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.